Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer. We got another great flick for you. It's Dario Argento's 1977 epic, Suspiria. Suspiria is, beyond words, one of his greatest efforts. It's most vivid portrayal of horror that anyone's ever put on screen. It's an Italian masterpiece, and you really have to see it to believe it, to appreciate it, and to love it. So let's get right down to it, and let's show some of these crazy visuals, because you really got to see it for yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's Suspiria. Suspiria is a masterwork of violence and color brought to us by the legendary Italian filmmaker Dario Argento. The film follows a young and beautiful ballet dancer named Susie Banyan, who arrives at a surreal dance school that harbors something truly unspeakable within its hallowed walls. Will Susie discover the secret that has been the source of so many girls' deaths, or will she be the next victim of this damned place? Get ready for a heavy helping of eye candy that will help make your retinas explode with delight. When it comes to Italian horror, Argento is the name of the game. By infusing the haunting melodies of his frequent musical collaborators, Goblin, the expressive and surreal kaleidoscope color palette of reds, greens, and blues, and the otherworldly location of a troubled ballet school, Argento was able to make a film that transcends the genre, opening up a whole new world for creative minds to express their wildest and bloodiest dreams. The violence that Dario had subjected his audience to in his earlier films would be brought to a feverish pitch as the masses lay witness to barbed wire tearing flesh, a savage hanging, and a stained glass laceration covered in candy-coated colors that could warp the mind. His visual potency was as venomous as his content, and none showcased this fact as expertly as Suspiria. With all of these superb elements ripe for the picking from the demented Italian director's mind, he would need an equally capable actress to tie the whole concept together. Charged with terror and overwhelmed by a tale of innocence lost, the story of Suspiria needed an actress that could carry some heavy and wholesome undertones, but at the same time be able to press forward when danger reared its ugly head. Jessica Harper fit the bill completely, taking on the role of Susie Banyan with that kind of reckless abandon not seen but in only the most dedicated of scream queens. Her timid yet brave portrayal of Susie Banyan is both endearing and inspirational, allowing us to come along with her on her journey to discover the mystery behind her fellow dance students' disappearances. She really does make it her own and makes this movie quite enjoyable to watch. The location of the ballet school is also an added feature of the film that amps up the surreal. The architecture that's found throughout the location is just frankly beautiful, and the cinematography by Luciano Tovoli is a sight for sore eyes. The mixture of colors and the relation to each spectrum of light that come across the screen to its subject matter is amazing. There's a delicate symbolism to the choices of color, helping to convey an emotion or produce the desired atmosphere for a given scene. It's visually wonderful and something to behold. As a very non-traditional horror film, Suspiria goes above and beyond the normal thought process that a film of its kind would typically do. Like the overabundance of color and surreal-infused elements I've already mentioned, the basic plot of the movie is something of a unique beast itself. In its most simplistic terms, Suspiria is a story about witches, but you'd be hard-pressed to find the iconic imagery that comes to mind when you hear the word witch. There's no pointy hats, broom riding, black cauldrons, or stake burnings in this world. Instead, we're given a more modern take on the popular archetypes of the Halloween's favorite character. The central element, in my opinion, that brings it all together, though, is the aforementioned music provided by the Italian rock band and frequent Argento collaborator, Goblin. It's probably the most haunting soundtrack that has ever come out of the horror scene, mixing whispering vocals with beautiful melodic piano tunes to create a soundscape that literally brings the imagery of witchcraft and witches to the forefront. Matching the surreal visuals sprung from Argento's mind, the music captures the perfect feel and tone of the piece, providing the linking elements from the old depictions of witchcraft to Argento's new and modern reimagining. Suspiria really is a perfect storm of cinematic elements. What more can I say about this amazing film? Suspiria is one of the most beautifully realized horror films to ever come out of the Italian cinema, let alone in the horror world as a whole, proving that horror movies can not only stimulate a great abundance of fear in people, but also visually compel the viewer as well. Argento gave the genre a boost of credibility that fellow Italian filmmaker Mario Bava had previously done for horror. The non-traditional narrative of witchcraft within a ballet school and mixing that with a fairy tale story of Alice in Wonderland proportions have merged into a happy union of surrealistic, cinematic qualities that still have the same potency today as they did during their initial release. The vibrant colors and Goblin's outstanding original soundtrack only help to drive that notion home, engaging the viewer in an atmospheric world that feels wholly realized. If you haven't seen this movie, then you owe it to yourself to view it as soon as possible. It really has earned its iconic status and is every bit as enjoyable as it sounds. I highly recommend it to anyone that enjoys the surreal side of cinema, the one with a demented edge and a visually vibrant eye. And you really can't get any better than that, guys. Suspiria is a top-notch flick that everyone must see. And seeing that it's horror season with the October month, you gotta check it out. It's a stupendous masterpiece, so give it a go. And if you have seen it, like always, please comment below and let me know what you think. Love to hear what other fans have to say, and even if you don't like the movie, give me a see what you have to say about it. But yeah, as always, like and subscribe and let me know how I'm doing, and I'll see you in the next review. Glad you watched and hope you enjoyed. See you later.